Let's talk about the new Creed Viking Cologne. Look at this beautiful bottle. But is it worth you buying? Is it sexy? Is it alluring? Or is it just a hard pass? Keep on watching. It costs £240 for a 100ml bottle. The bottle is stunning. I love how they used the orange. I think it's very, very suited to the scent itself. But what counts is inside the bottle. Like in people, what counts is really inside. And I have had it here just for me to remind myself of the scent. I have tested it before, also I have worn it. But I wanted to do a review, a proper review, not a first impressions of this scent and what did I think of it. Let's start with the opening. The opening, I must say, when I first smelt it, I kind of went like, So the opening kind of makes my nose scream a little bit. I'm not a big fan of the opening, but as it settles down, it becomes much, much better. So for some of you, you might have tested it in the store, just of a scent strip, smelled it and be like, oh, the same happened to my husband. He smelled it, he was like, Bleh. And then later, this is literally the expression that he had in me, like, what's going on here, Creed? But then it does get better, so hold on, okay? Some fragrances, they take you a bit on a roller coaster, and that's totally worth it. I haven't watched any reviews about this. I haven't read anything. I just wanted myself to be totally like, okay, what do I think about this fragrance? I'm not going to bore you with the scent notes, but what does it actually smell like? For me, this fragrance reminds me a lot of Terre d'Hermès. Terre d'Hermès, here we've got the bottle. It has got that vetiver scent. It's got that mandarin at the top, the herbs. It does feel very similar, I would say, in the feel of the fragrance to Terre d'Hermès, but I would say Terre d'Hermès is a bit fresher, whereas Viking Cologne, it's more masculine and a bit more present. It's got a bit of that oomph when you wear it, I would say, whereas Terre d'Hermès is kind of lighter and not so impactful of a fragrance, I would say. And which fragrance this reminds me of? Actually, when I first smelled it, it reminded me a lot of Royal Oud. And hold on, some of you might be like, no, it's not the same. It's more similar to the original Viking. Let me just tell you, what do I mean? When I smell them side by side, they've got very similar spices in them. And moreover, so they don't smell the same, obviously, but they also share the same, I would say, timeless elegance. Royal Oud, to me, this is such a sexy fragrance from Creed, and this is a timeless, gentlemanly, sexy fragrance. And I would say Viking Cologne is more gentlemanly than just Creed Viking. They have done, I think, a great job at making it a bit more classy, a bit more timeless, and I totally think it fits the whole Creed heritage. This is the scent I would expect from Creed. And I like that it is so masculine. I would say it's not a sexy scent. You won't be like, oh my gosh, this guy is smelling so sexy. No, this is a scent that I would say smells fresh, smells really nice and really timeless. This is for somebody, I would say, I would see it on somebody a bit older, maybe 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever, but a bit older, more mature. If you're like a 30-year-old and you feel more grown up than your peers, this would probably suit you very, very well. I'm one of those people that I feel like I'm more grown up than my peers, and I would probably wear this fragrance if I was a guy, although I'm 26. This fragrance is a very nice scent to me personally. I feel like that's what I'm missing from the designer sector. I feel like loads of fragrances in the designer sector, the fresh ones are a bit harsh, a bit just not as refined as I would like them to be, not as timeless. They're like fresh, but in an obnoxious, harsh way. Cue a bit of Dior Sauvage the toilet. Although I love this fragrance too. I really like it. It gets compliments, but sometimes it lacks that class, that refinement, and it'll probably not be such a good fragrance when you look back at it like 20 years from now. Whereas this, Creed has done a great job at creating a classy, I would say, spring, summer fragrance that will last on me a good 8 hours on the skin. The projection is moderate, and just, I think it's just a good scent. I like it. It's not anything super surprising. I would say it's a bit heavier, more like Terre de Mes, maybe Parfum. I would say it's got intensity to the fragrance, which I like, because you can also wear it in a bit of a colder weather. I feel like even if you want to make it your all year round fragrance, you could do it because it's got that oomph, that character. Do I love it? I would say I don't love it like Royal Oud, for example. This fragrance I flip and love. I think it's sexy and wonderful. This fragrance, I would say, if I was going to rate it out of 10, I would give it a solid 8. A safe 8. It's very nice. I would buy it if I were you. But if you are not looking for this really expensive fragrance, if you're not looking to spend that much for just something that you can buy for a bit cheaper, like this, it's not the same, but if you don't love that scent DNA, that classy, timeless scent DNA, then this fragrance is probably not for you. But if you are looking for that sort of fragrance, I feel like you'll love it. You'll wear it all the time because it's just a very nice, classy fougere fragrance. I like it. Just the opening is a bit too squeaky, harsh, but otherwise I like it a lot. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you had a chance to test it. I'll link it down below for you guys from the Creed's website, so if you're ordering, you can also get some free samples. That's my trick. I always order like from Creed and then get some extra samples here and there, just because I love samples. Okay, I'm obsessed with samples. But yeah, follow me on Instagram at Monika_Cioch, where I talk a lot about different fragrances, so you can find me there talking about fragrances more often than once or twice a week that I post here. Subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more fragrance reviews like this, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye guys.